say they reel them back, is probably more often than not. But, I can't think of any of them that are beneficial.
I think that this one maybe is supposed to reduce collisions and improve
Well,
safety.
they're all,
Do you think
they're all
that's any-
supposed to reduce collisions, everything, reduce collisions. Don't let anybody get tired. Yeah, the whole thing. I mean, it's like the Halo rule. How good did that work? And it took us 2.5 years to escape it. So anyway, do I think it's a good rule? I doubt it. But anyway, so it is what it is.
Do you have a least favorite rule? I know you're not a big targeting fan. Is there anyone that sticks out?
Well, nobody is. Nobody is. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think officials are either. I don't think anybody's a fan of it. The least favorite is uncatchable ball. How do you know if it's uncatchable? I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, somebody gets interfered with, and so then a quarterback alters his throw because he doesn't want it to get intercepted, and they said, oh, well, it's uncatchable. Well, it's ridiculous. And then the other thing, I see a lot of balls that are supposedly uncatchable that I've seen guys catch balls that are harder than. So that's a really stupid rule. I mean, they could address that. Maybe they ought to address that one. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, before long, we'll just be spotting the ball at the 25, so.
You've mentioned your stance on committees in college football. If you ever got done with coaching, could you see yourself maybe getting into a spot where you're helping with rule changes?
Oh, I'd have to be really bored. I'd have to be very bored. And then I think too often on these committees, there's too many people that aren't football people, and then, I mean, who wants, and I think that's part of the deal there. You go to some resort and everybody golfs and says, well, we better come up with something. I mean, just go golf. Just keep golfing. That's what I think they ought to do.
Are you a golfer?
No, I hate golf. That's another reason I wouldn't be on a committee. You have to golf a lot. I don't golf enough to be on a committee.
Is there a reason you like it?
Because it's boring. Because I don't care where that ball goes. My family liked golf. My dad and brother both liked golf a lot. And they would drive around, and, you'd be on some road trip, trying to get somewhere. And, of course, they'd have their clubs in the trunk, Oh, well, this is a nice little golf course. Well, maybe we could just hit 9. Well, it wouldn't take long. Let's go really fast. Well, end up hitting 18, and pretty soon I'm just, reading the same magazine over and over again. And no, it's because everybody says, well, we'll go talk about something on the golf course. You don't talk about nothing. Here's what you talk about. You say, okay, here's what golfers talk about. And Jonathan Winters, a great comedian, had a really good point. He says, you know what? He says, golfers, he says, they're always going like this. They're always going like this. They're always practicing their swing. He says, I fish a lot. He goes, you know what? But you know what I never do? I never, just as I'm sitting in front of a TV or walking through the living room, go. He goes, I never do that. And, well, so what they do is they'll line up over the ball. They'll describe something that, they're going to do with a club and a ball that you can't do with a sniper rifle and a scope. They're going to hit that ball to a spot that you can't hit with a sniper rifle and a scope, but they're going to do it with a stick and a ball. They'll say, okay, if I just back off on my left, if I put a little more weight on my right, if I do this, the ball will go right there. No, it won't. I mean, it might be a good shot, it might be a great shot. It's not going to go there. And then as they're going up to the ball, well, if I would have done this, and if this finger was different, and this hand was different, and this grip was different, then the ball would have gone right there. Well, no, it wouldn't have. It would have gone somewhere else, but it wouldn't have gone right there. And then so it goes the whole time. Nobody talks about anything. And, golf's pretty much for people that don't swear effectively enough or need practice at it. And so, I mean, there are those that need golf, and I don't think that I do.
Coach, I saw you were able to spend a little bit of time with the new women's basketball head coach, Coach Etheridge. What was that conversation like?
She's a great lady. I mean, obviously, she's had a great career. She's from Lubbock. She went to Monterey High School, which was actually my daughter's rival high school. My daughter went to Coronado, and she's really good friends with, and Bobby Magel, who's one of the greatest baseball coaches in the history of America, all-time winningest high school baseball coach in history, coach at Monterey, so she knows Bobby Magel and Carolyn Magel, who, were kind of fixtures at Monterey High School for decades, and, just great people, and so it's good to have her up here.